Did you know that dogs are the reason telephones exist today? Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor, was fascinated with the sounds his family's dogs made, and because of this obsession, he decided to teach his terrier how to speak. When he did this successfully, he gained sponsors that funded his inventions, including the telephone. Beyond the creation of the telephone, dogs benefit humanity in psychological ways, like reducing anxiety in humans. Collectively, anxiety disorders are the most prevalent mental illness in the United States. Approximately 29% of Americans reported moderate to severe anxiety during their lifetimes. As a college senior, I can attest that college is incredibly stressful, especially during finals. Having to juggle studying and work and maintaining class assignments, participation is enough to drive anyone to insanity. I am certain that many others found the transition between high school and college anxiety inducing. In order to reduce anxiety in college students and promote successful graduation, schools should create animal assisted therapy programs for campus use. We'll be discussing why this should be the case. In the United States, nearly 40 million reported suffering from anxiety disorders. 322 million people worldwide suffer from depression. And both anxiety and depression interfere with daily life activities in humans. Anxiety disorders is a term that refers to psychiatric disorders that involve intense fear without a true threat or disabling worry about the future. Additionally, prolonged and excessive anxiety can harm people both physically as well as mentally. Anxiety has notable effects on the body, like increasing the frequency of headaches, dizziness, and depression through the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Also, it can lead to increased risk of heart disease and irritable bowel syndrome. It can also lead to emotional changes where you startle and anger more easily, as well as triggering insomnia and nightmares, which harms one's social interactions significantly. Anxiety disorders are one of the most common mental health problems on college campus. 41.6% of college students reported anxiety as their top concern. Also, 75% of this number experienced their first episode of anxiety by the age of 22. To combat the negative symptoms of anxiety disorders and maintaining a balanced student's life, people need man's best friend, dogs. Dogs provide mental and physical support for people by relieving stress and providing companionship through through animal assisted therapy. Um, Medical Daily states that looking into a dog's eyes produces oxytocin in the human brain, which is a hormone that encourages feelings of relaxation and psychological stability. With their pets, pet owners exhibited lowered heart rates and blood pressure despite being presented with a stressful task. Animal assisted therapy exhibits significant positive influence on participants. This intervention reported significant reductions in avoidance and increased comfort with social interactions, as well as boosting the client's confidence. Anxiety disorder sufferers showed increased engagement and treatment for isolated clients and completion of tasks. In Ross Solomon's novel, What to Expect When Adopting a Dog, she testifies that when being visited by an animal assisted therapy dog while she was in the hospital, it was a great experience that lifted my spirits. Um, Another important thing is that dogs can be trained to recognize emotional disturbances and counter them. Psychiatric service dogs are specially trained to assist their owners who suffer from anxiety disorders like PTSD. The dog would lead them out of crowded places in the event of a panic attack. They can also be taught to turn on lights, alert their owners to people's presence, as well as distract you from counterproductive actions like pulling hair from one's scalp. Imagine a college campus that cared for the mental health of their students. Implementing animal assisted therapy in classrooms would significantly reduce stress and anxiety, encouraging positive and motivated social interactions and increasing class participation, since dogs relax humans and inspire a trusting environment. More students would graduate with better grades, and the college's reputation for producing well adjusted members of society would spread, increasing student enrollment and sponsorship. However, imagine if colleges didn't do this. Students would feel less efficacy toward their school, and they would be less motivated to contribute to class and maintain their grades. Students would take longer to graduate, and their lower grades would not help them find jobs, which would hurt the school's reputation. Ultimately, less students would enroll, which harms the university. By promoting programs and policies that encourage and spread the benefits of animal assisted therapy in college classes, as well as its effects on anxiety to community centers, businesses, and school administration, they would create, it would in turn encourage understanding and acceptance of mental health and prompt people to complete university and live healthier lives. If these changes are supported, our community will become more embracing of its members and produce more qualified society members. We can change the world through our own efforts. I urge you to be the force of change in your student's life. By implementing animal assisted therapy as a university program for college classrooms, you'll be benefiting humanity through the creation of mentally sound and prepared graduates and provoking progress in the generations to come. To reduce anxiety in college students and promote successful graduation, schools should create animal assisted therapy programs for classrooms and on campus use. Now is the time to change the world you live in. Adopt animal assisted therapy programs for college classes. Thank you.